Hello everybody, welcome to a very sunny South Wigston here in Leicester. We're on test route number 3 and it's 3 of 15. Just turned onto Tigers Road. We're going to turn right at the mini roundabout here, which will take us on to Saffron Road. So it's test route number 3 of 15, and if you wish to see the other 14 test routes, then you can do that. You can, if you subscribe, then you can see them all eventually. Obviously, going through them. This is number 3. Number 1 and 2 are on there already, and week by week they'll build up to seeing all 15. But here we are. We're coming on. We've turned right out of the test centre, Tigers Road, and now we're on Saffron Road. And we're going to go down to the traffic lights there, and we'll be turning right when we get to those. Also, you can see the test route is mapped out or listed out in the description box, so if you just look in there, then you'll be able to see that as well. We're just going to stop at these lights. There used to be, in the very olden days, a mini roundabout here, but they've changed their mind and they built some traffic lights in instead, and we're just going to wait for these. I think there's probably just going to be a green arrow that's going to let us get around here, so we'll just have to sit and wait. That lorry's going to struggle to get around that thing. I wonder if he's going to need to mount the curb. No, he's got around without going on the curb. You can actually see why this line is set a little further back now as well, just to let the kind of long vehicles get around the junction. So there you go, that was a prime example. And these lights are taking a long time to change now, but when they do, we'll be turning right. We're going to be turning right into Little Glen Road. Any second. Deal. Well, it's not a good start. I mean, if this is... there we go. It's an extraordinary long time that was for traffic lights to change. That was ridiculous. Okay, but there we are. We're on Little Glen Road now. And the thing about Little Glen Road, if you look on your left as you go through here, there's a school. And at school run times, very, very busy place. And already on the opposite side of the road, you see a bit of a traffic queue forming. It's probably due to the ridiculous amount of time that those traffic lights stay on red. We're just entering into Glen Harbour. And as you come along here, so you've gone past the school, and you're going to come to a couple of mini roundabouts now. We're going to go straight ahead at both of them. So as you're driving down here, I'm in third gear at the moment, doing 24 miles an hour, and that seems quite slow. Actually, we're only going to go straight ahead at the roundabouts, but do please take my advice. Before you get there, just drop the car into second gear, give yourself another chance to have a better look at what's happening. So it stays slow on the road, so I'm going to slow down to about 20, I'm going to drop it into second. As I'm going over the roundabout, doing just about 16, we have a good look in the side road there, I'm absolutely clear, and away we go, so I can then get back up to third. So please do approach all the mini roundabouts like that. You will get conflicting advice to that, but that's just my opinion. Now, we're coming to another mini roundabout here again. And again, I'm just going to brake a little bit. I'm going to drop the car into second gear, and we're good look into the side road, see it's clear, and then I can go through. Back to third. Still on Little Glen Road. I'm going to be careful here because we can see a sign that says speed cameras, and it's very easy to kind of, on these kind of longer stretches, just to get get yourself above the speed limit and get flashed by a camera or something like that. Okay, there's a bit of a chicane as we come up to this bridge. Just going to ease our way through that. As we go through these under the bridge now, there'll be another chicane here. As we go through, we've got to try and make sure that your wheel on your passenger side doesn't get anywhere near the curb there. As you go by there, you'll see there's lots and lots of like chips out of that bit of curb there that's raised up where people have got that wrong. So that brings us out into here, and we're heading off toward Blaby now, although we're not going to turn into Blaby. When we get to the end of this road, and end of this little Glen Road should I say, then we'll be turning right. So we're just coming along here now, and check our right mirrors, indicate for right. We'll move into the lane allocated for people wanting to turn right. And again, we're going to hope that these lights are not as on red for as long as the other ones. No, they're not. There you go. So we're turning right here. We turned into Leicester Road, which will eventually become Lutterworth Road. But we turned into Leicester Road here. And more traffic lights are going to go straight ahead at these. And we're looking for Glenville Road, which is going to be on the left soon. And actually we've got to be quite careful here, because we're going to come up this hill and around this bend, and you'll see that it's just around the bend. If you're not careful, it's easy to miss this junction, and there it is. So you don't see it till quite late. It's quite a tight one to turn into as well. I'm just going to drop the car into first gear just because of these little bits of traffic around. And then we've got parked cars in our way as well. So making our way, there's a white car that's backing out into the road, so I'm just being a bit wary of him. Hopefully he's seen us. Yes, he has. There you go. He's waiting patiently there, that's fine. Carry on down this road. This is Glenville Road then. We're going to go all the way to the end of Glenville Road, and then we're going to turn right. I'm saying Glenville Road and it's Glenville Avenue. I always get one wrong and this is the one hopefully. So it's Glenville Avenue. I'm going to turn right here into Cork Lane. You can imagine around here you might be asked to do some parallel parking, or you might be asked to pull up on the kind of right hand side of the road and reverse up a little bit. Emergency stop, should I say controlled stop. Now you're supposed to say that now. So this is an ideal area for that. So don't be surprised again if that happens here. We're going to be taking the next road on the right here. And that's Westview Avenue. Just making sure I turn into the left hand side of the road. And again you can see there's cars that are parked quite close to the junction. So it's a good idea to be quite careful as you turn into Westview Avenue. I'm just going to take you through here. Now as you're on these kind of roads, good idea to look at the furthest point on the road that you can see. If anything turns in at the top of the road there, I can deal with it by moving into one of these like inlets I've got in the gaps in the parked cars. But at the moment we're okay, nothing's turned in, although there is now someone that's waiting to turn right into this road, and I think we're through. So we're going to turn left when we get to the end of this road here. This is Westview Avenue, and that's going to bring us back on to Lutterworth Road. On Lutterworth Road here, what we've got is we have a bus lane, which is a bus lane at all times. So we've got to stay out of that. So that means that we're going to drive along here effectively in the right hand lane, if you like, but we're just staying well out of the bus lane. also just being careful of the speed again, because it's a 30 zone. I'm just going to ease off. I'm going to let this car do its right turn and this lady cross the road, and then I'm going to carry on. So all the way along here, I'm going to end up getting to the traffic lights, which is the big junction on Glenhills Way, which I used to know as Glenhills Boulevard growing up, but it's now called Glenhills Way. For some reason they changed it. I suppose it's because they built a road right through it. There you go. Anyway, we're going to turn right at the lights here. So our lights, we have a green light, but it's now gone to amber. So I'm just going to wait here. And actually that's all right, isn't it? Because it gives us just a bit of a time to kind of gather our thoughts, decide where we're going to move to as we go around the junction here. And what we'll have to do is we'll just have to wait in the centre probably for a few seconds while the road clears, or the green arrow comes on to help us out. I wonder which one will happen first. I'm going to say I think the green arrow will come on first to help us out. Just going to have a little swig of tea while I can, while we stopped. That's it. And well, we can see the traffic is moving from side to side now. Actually, I'm just looking at the road signs there. It says Glenhills Boulevard, and then underneath it says Glenhills Way. So I was right and I was wrong at the same time. There you go. That's just typical, that is, isn't it? Hopefully this isn't going to be a theme where the lights stay on red for too long. We can see that the traffic is coming from the right hand side now, and I imagine that when that stops, then we will start, our lights will go to amber, and we can then, when it goes to green, we can move forward. Let us just see. Still traffic coming through, so we're not changing yet. So that's just changed, start to now we're changing. And there you go. We're just going to move into, we see a green arrow. So the green arrow came on first, and that was it, and we can move around. The green arrow means that all the traffic opposite is also on red, which gives you then the opportunity to turn in. Now you don't have to wait for the green arrow. If there's a green light there, you can just go if there's a gap. It's only if you're, the only thing the green arrow means is that it's going to be clear for you, or should be clear for you. We're now on Glenhills Way. We're going to call it Glenhills Way. We're happy with that. We're coming down the hill, and as we come down the hill, we can see there's a crossing at the bottom of the hill and a junction on the left, and that's where we're going next. So we're going to take the next left. Controlling the speed with the brake as we come down the hill into the bend. Then that takes us on to Aylestone Drive. A bit bumpy here. There we go, that takes us on to Aylestone Drive and along here. In a few seconds we'll be turning off of Aylestone Drive. We're going to take the next right, and that's into Cheriton Road. So let's just see how we do that. There's no road markings here, you'll notice. So you'll have to just imagine where they would be, and then, you know, go with your mind's eye. We turn now into Cheriton Road. And again, this is a bit of a hill. So we're taking our time down here. It's a little bit of a blind bend. Bit of a blind bend as we come around here, so we're being just a bit cautious, just making sure it's clear before we commit ourselves. And then when we get to the end of Cheriton Road, we'll be turning left. And again, there's no road markings here, so what you'll have to do is just imagine where they would be and kind of paint them in with your mind's eye, and then act accordingly. As we move into this road, it's called Eastwood Road, and on Eastwood Road we can see that it's a 20-mile-an-hour zone. 20. So we're going to keep it really steady as we come along here. So just wondering if she was going to step out. She didn't in the end. There we go, we're going to turn right at the mini roundabout. We've come to the end of Eastwood Road, we're turning right at the mini roundabout. It's quite blind to your right, so be careful as you move out. And that's taking us back onto Aylestone Drive. Now the thing about this Aylestone Drive here, these speed bumps are ridiculous. They're as ridiculous as the traffic light was earlier today. So just be careful as you go over them. You want to be going over them at just under 20 really, just to be kind of nice to the car. See how that moved the car around? Okay, so we're coming to the crossroads here on Aylestone Drive, and we're going to go straight ahead. We're on the minor road here, so we're just waiting for the main road to clear, across this Wigston Lane and go and stay on Aylestone Drive, and that's my space, and there we go. More speed bump, down the speed bump, that's it. Ahead of us then, there's a mini roundabout, and we're going to go straight ahead at the mini roundabout. Just going to keep on this road, follow this road ahead. And there we are. Another one of these speed bumps. You'll see how the camera moves. See that? That's ridiculous. And we're going to turn right in a few seconds. Get over this speed bump first of all. Yeah, we're turning right into Bumaston Road. Cars ahead of us are having to slow down for those speed bumps. That gives us an opportunity. We turned right into Bumaston Road here, so we're on Aylestone Drive, and now we're on Bumaston Road. More of these ones, up and over. And another one, and there'll be another set later on. There you go. There's a lorry behind us, and of course he's got his wheels just either side of these things, but it's not affecting him at all, and you'll see that from this TNT guy here. Oh, he's actually gone over the speed bumps. There you go. Because this car that we're in is too narrow to be able to do that, so that's why it's affecting us. Take a little while, can't see because of the lorry there, and Saffron Lane's quite a busy road, isn't it really? So let's have a look through that lorry, see if I can see a space. It is a Friday afternoon again, so oh, there's a shield. We're going to go, that's it. As we come on to Saffron Lane, we're going to take the third right, so that's going to be quite soon here. We're past the first one. Take the third road on the right off of Saffron Lane. We're coming up to the second one here now. That's actually a no entry, can't go down that one. That's a guideway, and we're going to turn right now here, and that's going to take us into Fairfield Way, or Fairfield Drive. I can't remember which is it. Is it Drive or Way or Road? One of those. It's just the Fairway. Nothing to do with Fairfield. It's the Fairway. Okay. He's waiting in the centre here. There's got like a lane designated for people waiting to turn right, and that just allows the traffic on the road to keep flowing. forward, and we are now looking for a gap, and there is my gap going into there. So this is the fairway, and now we're climbing a hill. You might need a little bit of extra gas just to get yourself up here. Now this is going to be quite a long and winding road, and again this will be a road where they're going to just ask you to pull in and park and then pull off again. They might do that on one of the hills as well, just because it's a little bit busier, you know. And what's this bus up to? There's some bollards there, so I can't really get around him. The bus is pulling off now anyway. That's it, yeah. So the fairway, yeah, you know, it's you may be asked to pull in and park a few times, and just pull away again, and it will seem a bit strange, but it's all part of the test. And what you must remember to do is to look into that blind spot as you're pulling away. And when you do pull away, make sure you pull away with some, you know, a little bit of vigour. Get yourself moving. Gone round the bus, so that's nice. He's out of our way. We can see down the road now. Looking around here, and we're still on the fairway. We're going to follow this road around, bends around one way and then the other. Some more of these very nice speed bumps for us to go over. That's it. As you come round the next bend, the fairway becomes Windley Road. And what you'll notice is on your right hand side, at the back of the green, is what used to be Linwood School. It's not that anymore. I don't know what it is now, but we're now approaching a roundabout. And at the roundabout, we're going to go straight ahead, taking the second exit. We're on Windley Road here, and we're coming up to the roundabout. We're going straight ahead, second exit. And that actually keeps us on Windley Road. All of these speed bumps here. Just going to hold back. Let the is it a Land Rover or a Range Rover, something like that, come through. Range Rover, and then that leaves me a nice big space. So the idea there is that if you give them more space than they need, in the end you will end up with more space than you need, and that's, you know, it's safe for everybody then as well. So as we get to the end of this road, this is Windley Road, remember, as we get to the end of it, then we'll be turning left. Turning left onto Stonesby Avenue. I'm going to turn left and then immediately right. And again, this is a busy road that this Stonesby Avenue is. Someone's letting us out there, so that's nice of you. Thank you very much, sir. And then we're going to turn right here into Glenboume Road. It's a nice right turn. The road now becomes a bit clearer. See a little further ahead. This is Glenboume Road, and we're going to go all the way to the end of this road, just entering back into South Wigston now. And as we come around this bend here and past this junction on the right, Glenboume Road then becomes Gloucester Cresent. Again, we're going to go all the way to the end of Gloucester Crescent, And you'll know this road really because it's quite close to the test centre, and you'll realise that you're on your way back. But the thing here is, having realised that you are on the way back to the test centre, is you know, just keep your concentration level quite high. Try and make sure you don't make any mistakes. Don't think that it's over because you're getting closer to it, because it isn't. There's still pitfalls, and we've still got to be really, really careful as we drive along this road. It is quite a wide road, and with the cars parked either side, you can still fit down it. Just taking ourselves along here, a big hole in the road there. Missed that, thank you. And timing our approach there, that's it, good, so that there's a space for us. And again, we ended up giving the van more space than it needed, and we ended up with more space than we need, and that's how you need to approach that. As long as you time it right, it's very, very easy. Of course, you have to see them first of all, don't you? That's what hazard perception's all about, I suppose. As we come around here, we're coming down towards the end of Gloucester Cresent now, just along this straight bit. When we get to the end of Gloucester Cresent, we're just going to be turning left, and it's a mini roundabout at the end there, and we'll be turning left there at the mini roundabout, and that takes us on to Saffron Road. And Saffron Road is the one that I kept calling Saffron Way in the Pork Pie Island videos. If you want to have a look at those, you can see those are online as well. Don't be put off by me calling Saffron Road Saffron Way, or everything else still applies. Okay, there it is. So we're now on Saffron Road, and we're heading now back towards Tigers Road. What we're going to do then, there's a mini roundabout here, and what we're going to do is just turn right at that mini roundabout. Seems to be clear on our right, so that's okay. This lady's waiting for us, thank you very much. And that takes us back into Tigers Road. And so you would now turn right into the test centre car park, and that's what we're doing now. And that's test route number 3 for South Wigston at Tigers Road in Leicester.